Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. We're going to play a little bit of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, part of our Heroes of Histaeria series. This is our Unearthed Inheritance campaign. Before we jump in, we're going to do a quick round of hellos. Looking at the layout here, let's start with Button.
That is me. Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I am Blue Button on social media. And when I am not here playing Cressida, you can find me over on Tales Archived in the Known Realms Telesh campaign, where I play Echinacea Belrose, who is just a little guy.
All right, nice. Next is Alec.
Hi everybody, my name is Alec, my pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I play Finn Reese, Jotun blood fighter with a bad old dragon inside of him. We're going to see some of the results of that today. When I'm not here, you can find me as the Archivist over at Tales Archive for Known Realms Telesh. It's me.
Thank you. And that leaves me. I'm joking.
Your wife?
Who? I'm saying, Nan, you up.
Tis I. Hello, I'm Hannah. I'm playing Farryn Balmiar, the most epic, bow-slinging, bad bitch tracker you've ever seen in a Pathfinder campaign. When I'm not playing this game, you can see me over on the sister campaign playing Peminia Neckle, everyone's favorite gnome bard. And that's me. I'm just hanging out here on Stealthy Elf, pretty much. Until I'm not.
Until we let you out. Well, it's...
Free her!
What a crazy thing to say, dude.
Now I don't want to introduce myself. Hey guys, I suppose I have to. My name is David. I'm going to be your GM this evening. My pronouns are he, him. You can catch me here as the GM of both campaigns in the Heroes of Histaeria series. You can also catch me in our new project, On the Fly, which is an all-improv Pathfinder 2nd Edition game doohickey. The first session's out. Go check it out. And you can also catch me over at Tales Archived, where I play Whistle, the Hobgoblin Fighter, in the Known Realms Telesh campaign. And that's me. Alec? No, that's a different game.
What are you talking about?
We usually pass it back to you.
I already went. This isn't my house. I came over to hang out.
Oh boy. Oh god. So I gotta get the drinks.
You didn't make dinner, did you?
I did not make dinner. I did write a recap though.
Dude.
I wrote a recap and that's about as far as we got.
Get into it.
Feed us the read cap.
Okay.
The read cap?
The read cap.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Don't worry. We're gonna get through this together. Guys, if we all fall asleep on the session, don't forget to give us a follow. All right, so our previous adventure began with the search for the Kobold Chimney. The mission began at the ruined tavern overlooking a ruined town. Here, your party encountered an injured fishman that Cress was able to heal. You all learned from Jojo that Chimney was seen stealthily pursuing the Monarch's forces that had assaulted the tavern earlier that day. And yourselves, actually. You were in the tavern at the time. Chimney's trail led you all out of town and on the road towards the lighthouse temple dedicated to Eliza, god of the seas. Along the way, Cress and Zin bonded over their friendship of Anatole. Farryn and Finn bonded over their shared skills, Finn learning to track from Farryn. Upon reaching a broken bridge, you then followed Chimney's trail into the woods along the cliff, veering off what was once a road entirely. Along this now overgrown and partially destroyed, well, mostly destroyed trail, you all have arrived at a dilapidated building. Upon closer inspection, it became clear that these ruins were not abandoned. They in fact turned out to be the dwelling of a marsh giant, who upon waking, angrily attacked the party. The putrid squalor of the giant's living habits also seemed to offer a breeding ground for swarms of bloodseekers, and a very, very bloody battle then ensued and has now ended, as the normally mild-mannered Finn stands over the marsh giant's corpse. Its decapitated corpse, his hand still hanging onto the head as he comes down from this draconically induced rage. So, let's see what happens. Alright, friends. That is where you find yourselves. Finn, you have the axe in one hand, the head of a marsh giant, its skin still slick even though there is no water, but you have it kind of gripped by the hair and it's dripping. Both your axe, you have blood dripping from both sides of you as the party is recollecting.
Yeah. Finn is still in that sort of hunched over position. I think he's very low to the ground in that sort of still in that predator about to strike. His chest is so tight. His muscles are so taut and flexed and active. And then the serpentine slits go away. He feels so much hot blood. Finn has killed before. He's killed to survive. He's killed to protect Cress, Dex, Farryn. People in the Nexenkov, he's killed to eat. But joy has never been found in that action. And for a second, that rage gave way to delicious, disgusting joy. And Finn is disgusted with himself. The muscles in his hands loosen. He drops the head of the marsh giant, the axe quickly following. As he stands up, his body so locked in that his back begins to crack as he stands upright. His hands fall slack as he's not saying a word, but he is just 1,000 yards staring. There has never been pleasure like that rocking through his body, and he is disgusted with himself.
We've gotten so much of this internality, but I imagine only milliseconds have passed, and I think Cress has not clocked it yet as they say, "Finn's in!" and they hop down, and they are too fast, Finn, moving into your space to heal you, but all you see is someone moving rapidly into your space.
There is a hint of the beast still active, and he lurches.
Finn!
Pounces. And I think his body pushes into Cress, knocking them back as his hands, still taloned, dig into the earth. And you see Cress that 1,000-yard stare. Finn's not there. Until he is. And then it's terror. I'll help you up.
Cress realizes that they need to be helped up. I got it. I'm fine.
And then the thing that Finn overheard from Cress and Zin's conversation, they have one friend, and it's Anatole. And he stands up, and he takes steps back, lets them get up on their own accord.
I think Farryn may have not accidentally, subconsciously just knocked an arrow and like halfway up, pulled the bow up halfway taut, as if, you know, in case she needed to loose an arrow, and starts to relax a little bit now, but watching closely.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You didn't do anything wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. Are you all right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. You got pretty battered, and Cress sees the horn that grew in an instant. And
I'm okay. I don't need anything.
you are hurt, and you got. They reach out tentatively. You look. It looks like more of that. More of her.
I think so. I think so.
Cress has worked for a century with rescuing animals, many of whom have been frightened before they have felt safe. And so Cress's instinct is not to retreat from this, but rather to go still, to become non-threatening, and to just, in a subtle way, extend their arms a little bit forward. Just a gesture for an entity who can decide to move closer or further away.
Finn's a learned man. He sees that he needs to be approached like a dangerous beast. And his shoulders drop. His axe hand leans over and just sort of grips the forearm that held that head in his hands. His head drops. He can't make eye contact. You saw what was a scared animal, and now you see one that is shameful. And he takes the smallest step forward, but telegraphing every movement as if not to startle you, as if not to give Farryn a reason to shoot. And God forbid he look anywhere near Cuthbert, who in this moment was correct.
Cuthbert, in this moment, there's always been a sort of juvenile innocence to Cuthbert, and Cuthbert is scared. Cuthbert is frozen. I think like when everything kind of, as Finn, as you moved forward and as the realization hit of what was going on, Cuthbert is still kind of locked. Farryn, you're close enough. You can tell there's barely a perceptible shiver as Finn straightens up and starts moving towards Cress again. Cuthbert does not move forward, and Tulka, who is on the other side entirely, as soon as Farryn had that bow drawn, Tulka also was like head dipping, prepping, teeth. But as Farryn eases up, Tulka follows suit. Zin's reaction. Zin was initially similar to Cress, approaching with a little bit more of a celebration, right? and as soon as everything kind of went down, stops and hasn't moved forward, didn't move to try to defend you or anything. Cress as well, not similar to your companions, but kind of stood with a curiosity, and is now, as they've gotten closer, seeing Finn, seeing the horn, the expression changes to something more curious, and Zin doesn't move any further. But Zin is thinking about something, contemplating. There are thoughts.
Farryn, the little dragonflies stitching you back together will do so for another, I think, 3 rounds, and it's a D8 for every round. I imagine you'll be healed to 4, to full pretty
absolutely,
quickly.
Easily.
Cress takes out their medical supplies, looks at Zin and then back at Finn. Can I take care of both of you? That was a rough time.
Zin kind of loosens up and says, "Yeah, I'll take some healing. Maybe see to him first."
I can take care of both of you. I have the feats to do so. Here, both of you, come on. Just come here. Yeah. We're all fine. That was a lot, and that's okay.
Before we move much further, everybody, all 3, don't forget your starting hero point, and all 3 of you take a hero point, because that was a fucking incredible opening. Holy shit, y'all are crazy.
Button said, yeah, Cress just kind of runs toward Finn, and I'm like,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You motherfucker.
You set
like,
that shit up. As soon as you said that, like, I felt my hands glue together, and it's like, oh my god, what's about to happen? Okay.
But you psycho.
Yes.
I'm gonna move us
I
back
think
over to the
Farryn-
roleplay screen, but you guys are obviously feel free to interact with the map if you need to. Okay.
Well, Farryn will probably start kind of walking through the camp with her bow drawn, just in case there's anything else around the corners. Just kind of searching the area really generally. On her own.
Perfect. Go ahead, roll a perception check for us, Farryn.
You got it, dude. Oh. Guess we're gonna use one of those hero points.
I was gonna say, you got 2 hero points right out of the gate, right? So
That was a natural one.
Ooh.
We can't have that. That's much better. We're gonna do a 31.
Holy shit. Okay, 31, you get quite a bit. 31, you find... Let me just put myself over to the map to remind myself what I had here. Okay. There's 3 things that you find with that 31. That's a critical success. You're going to get all 3 on this check.
Hell yeah.
The first is... There is a cage over here. I'm saying over here to the viewers that can't see. But deeper into the ruins, beyond the kind of the broken walls, as you're moving through, you see a makeshift cage. And inside, for a moment, you look over as you kind of come around the corner thinking, you're out here looking for something, maybe, there's just this kind of brief hope that maybe Chimney might be in that cage, right? But as you turn around, cage is empty. But
is there any? Oh.
But
We love a butt.
There's a butt. It is a fuzzy butt.
Yes.
With a tail. Because as you are watching this cage, a red fox with little black tips, like little eyeliner bits and kind of like along the cheeks, right? Little black accents along the body, appears in the cage.
Appears in the cage?
Yeah. Just seems to fade into existence right before your eyes as you're looking at this cage. It's almost like a trick. Like, as it's forming, you there's a moment, Farryn, where you're like, what the fuck? right? And as you look, it slowly starts to take more and more solid shape until it's, sure enough, there's a full-on fox inside the cage.
Holy moly. I will cast Detect Magic, realizing, there might be magic things around here.
There may be magic things around here.
And I think with the bow, the arrow knocked, I raise the bow when I come around the corner, see it's empty, lower it, and then all of a sudden something starts happening. Raise it up again, see that it's a mysterious fox. Is it just sitting there?
Yeah, it's a wild fox. It kind of pulls back and hides in the corner of the cage as it's looking at you. And you mean you're in like bow drawn and a careful stance. Yeah, it kind of like shirks back.
I'll lower the bow and kind of crouch down.
As you do so, ears flicker. Ears start to flicker and it sniffs the air, and it starts to kind of dip the head down. It's curious about you.
I will open the door on the cage to release it.
Okay. Takes a little bit of finagling. It's like strapped together with like strips of dried seaweed. You're able to use like the arrowhead to just kind of like cut through that stuff, right? And able to just, as you do, once you're finally finished, the cage door, it's a poorly constructed cage. It was a marsh giant that built it. And as you kind of cut away at enough of it, it just kind of swings open awkwardly. And the fox, as it does so, as you are working, the fox you can see the ears go from like quite flat on the head. It starts to kind of pick up as it starts to recognize almost. You can sense, you've interacted with Tulka a lot. You recognize similar features, right? As it's curious as to what you're doing. As you finish cutting open, there's like a swing, right? The cage pops open, you kind of move back, and as you look over, the fox is gone.
I think Farryn kind of like shakes her head and rubs her eyes, thinking that maybe she imagined it. Looks around. Would it be possible to recall knowledge on this creature?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead, roll a nature, yeah.
Or
nature.
Yeah, I guess nature does make the most sense. What does a 22 look like?
That's a great question. Maybe I should have clicked the stat block while you were doing that. Huh? Where are you, you silly little fox? A 22... It's a success. It's just a normal success. As you are looking at this, as you're looking around for this fox, you just barely catch the glimpse of what looks like a shadow of a fox, just kind of around the corner, just kind of catching the light, just a tail swishing around the corner, and it jogs your memory of, you've heard rumors, you've heard people talk about a very rare creature called a fading fox.
Fading fox.
Mm-hmm. They have the ability to appear and disappear, but they are wild animals like any, just with a little touch of magic. But they're supposed to be quite intelligent creatures. Good luck.
I think maybe as she was kind of cutting the cage open, she's saying something in Elvish along the lines of, "Get you out of here, little guy. You're not going to be anyone's meal tonight." And after it disappears again, I think she just takes a moment to appreciate the wilds and the wonders that exist within it, and continues to look around.
Okay, well, you're 31. Let me give you the rest of the things. So the fading fox is one of the first thing. You also find over towards this section, there is a trap. Looks like the marsh giant had set a trap over in the middle towards that outer edge of the ruins, and you suspect there may have been other traps and stuff around, but rest assured, you locate all sorts of like little things, tripwires, hooked up to skulls and stuff like that, right? The marsh giant looked to have actually settled here, right? As much as a creature can settle. And in some of its bedding, you actually find a very nice looking dagger.
Oh.
It's actually it's got a bit of an older look to it. It's quite long for a dagger. As you examine it, it looks like it hasn't been used for a while, but when you pull it open, I mean, it slides pretty well. But it was kind of buried in the
Detect magic active, does anything ping?
Detect magic, yes. It gives you the Detect magic will let you know the presence of magic, and yes, this has a magical presence to it.
Cool. I'll keep that.
Okay.
With my 22 nature check, do I know, can I find something real quick in the flora or fauna that foxes would eat, that I could kind of just sort of lure it back, maybe?
With a 22, I mean, they're pretty omnivorous little creatures. I mean, they'll eat berries, they'll eat fruit, they eat obviously meat and stuff too. I mean, there is some dead horse. I'll say that's pretty obvious that's not hard to miss. You can maybe cut off some bits of hide or something. There are also,
Not a bad idea, actually. I will do that. Take some horse meat for us.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hold space for it. Try not to do anything that'll scare it away, and just allow it to come back if it so pleases.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, we'll leave you then. Dagger discovered, traps discovered, fox freed.
Is there anything in the traps? Actually, I would definitely check to see if anything is like alive in the traps.
You can see that some of the traps have seen use. There's dried blood. There's bits of bones and gore and stuff at the bottom of pits. You can see, that there are chips, and disturbingly enough, I mean, people try to free themselves in all sorts of manner, right, from traps. And you can see those signs, but they appear empty. For the most part, it looks like this marsh giant would use it to just, catch creatures and, well, nom.
Got it. All right.
Okay. Mosey and back. We'll say we will have you cutting some horse hide, while Cress, you are healing up Zin and Finn.
Yes. On my treat wounds, I rolled a 32, which for a master is a normal success. But that means the base healing is 30. Plus 3, 5, plus 8, and then an extra 5. So that's 38, and then an extra 5 from Godless Healing, which is 43. And then an extra 5 from Medic Dedication, so 48.
Ooh.
I'm up to full and then some.
Yeah. Zin as well.
Jesus Christ.
And Zin will even remark at your skills as well.
Thank you. The world ended, and I decided that maybe this was the most important thing I could do.
Yeah, well, given everything that at least I've seen since the world end, I think you're right.
They offer him a small smile. They look back to Finn. I'm sorry, Finn, that I startled you.
You have nothing to apologize for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What happened?
is my fault.
What do you mean by that?
Part of being dragon, you learn to use rage and wrath as a weapon, you see. And well, sometimes mine can be a bit infectious, but a reaction like yours I didn't expect. I only ever know one other person that react like that.
Who would that be?
His Majesty the King.
I had a vision of him. It was hot to the touch.
You run a bit hotter these days. That's true.
And scaled.
Those two. He's like you. Nods to Finn.
Oh.
Is one of them bound to his soul?
Indeed. He's the red.
That explains it. Finn, you see as Cress looks relieved. That explains everything. And that means that he'll have answers for you, and maybe you'll have answers for him, and if he's running hot, and do you feel hot?
More than usual.
All right. These are good things to know. All right. I can see about mitigating the physical discomfort now that I know that it's happening. I can work on this. I'm decent at it. They start packing away all of their medical supplies. All right. And you watch someone looking for a reason not to be panicked, finding it and latching onto it and just focusing on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found answers for your friend.
And for you, Finn. Not just Anatole. Both of you.
Didn't deserve that.
I think Farryn. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Go, you carry on if you have other things to say to him.
What did not deserve?
What I did.
That was my fault.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Finn, trying to maintain composure, looks at Zen. Next time, a warning would be mighty appreciated.
Alright. I can do that. I'll try.
Do you know if it's a proximity thing?
Sometimes, honestly, I think something inside me calls out to something inside you.
Well, I don't want her to wake up or have any more of me. And I think that the roar, the anger, it's torn Finn's throat apart. So I think he's speaking a bit more gravelly, a bit more low register.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's angry.
Yeah.
But he isn't.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, yeah, he's just... It is good to know. But what happened, me doing that is not your fault.
I don't think it's yours. I don't think it's Zin's. I think
It's a
we know
phrase.
things now.
That's the name? Not a dragon inside you?
Like,
Cress isn't wrong. Pascal and Anatole have been looking into it. They've been trying to find ways to work with it.
we have to find Chimney.
That's fucking true. We gotta find Chimney.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah, at this, Farryn has just finished securing some fillet of horse.
Fillet of horse.
She's
Yama,
kinda
yama, yama.
Just rolled it up, wrapped it in a little canvas sack, throw it over her shoulder, and said, "Come, we should keep going."
Right. Yeah, I think there's one last thing as Finn nearly leaves the axe. Nearly. Because when he was gifted that by the Rangers, it was to be given to someone with honor. Someone who was just. Someone who was slow to take life. And that is not who Finn was today. But it's who he could be tomorrow. So he picks it up, throws it over his back, and he goes.
Okay. Well, at this point, Farryn, you need a survival check.
Indeed.
We're going into exploration actions. If anybody else is taking a particular action, feel free to speak.
I'm gonna do follow the export.
The export.
What is the name of the one that I did last time?
I think
They're
you
so
did search
similar.
again. Yeah, search because Scout is the one that gives you the initiative bonus.
You did.
That's right.
Search. Follow the expert is an exploration. Go me.
So you'll be doing survival as well. Finn.
Okay.
Finn.
Your
perception. But
your perception.
That makes more sense.
Oh.
32.
Survival.
To track. Okay, survival. So 16, 16.
And I add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, because follow the expert is something like that. I think you add
It's your level, I believe, plus my proficiency bonus. Let's
something
double check.
like that. And go ahead and double check it. I know you can
choose an ally attempting a recurring skill check while exploring, such as climbing. Blah, blah, blah. The ally must be at least an expert in the skill. While following the expert, you match their tactic and attempt similar checks. Thanks to your ally's assistance, you can add your level as a proficiency bonus to these. Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. Additionally, you gain circumstance bonus to your skill check based on your ally's proficiency. I am master, so you get an extra +3.
Holy shit.
So 29.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, that's really good.
Farryn got a 34.
Farryn got a 34. Okay. Whew. All right. And Cress, what'd you get for your search?
31.
31.
Nice.
Sick.
Okay.
God, we're good.
You guys are really good. Okay.
Damn, I'm
Let's break this down.
Damn, I'm handsome.
We'll start with Cress. Cress, because as far as things to discover further in this area, this is kind of like along the trail as you guys are making your way down the trail. First, you guys do successfully track Chimney. Don't worry about that. That's successful. It's not a critical success, I will say, because Chimney Stealth, you're going up against Chimney Stealth, which is
fucking sneaky.
pretty sneaky. But you're able to find the trail. But with the search, Cress, what you notice is they are kind of watching the trail. You've got your head up and you're kind of looking through the underbrush and everything. And you notice where it looks like this marsh giant frequented along the path. And you see a trail that heads down into the ravine. So, what the it looks like, you see lots of different trails, but this one looks particularly well traveled. It looks like the marsh giant used this particular trail down into the ravine a lot. I will say, though, it is not the same trail that Chimney moved along. But you do see it, if you so choose to.
They don't go down it now, but Cress will cast, this is not really how it works, but they're not doing anything like mechanical. Tame is supposed to be used on an animal, but I think what they will do is just cast Tame on some plant life that will like wind around a tree in a specific way that they know to recognize.
Okay.
Like they mark the
Trail
path
marker.
for later. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
I'll say this is kind of a non-traditional use, so give me a nature check. DC...
Sure.
What's your level? You're 7?
Yeah, we're level 7. And I'm an expert.
DC 23.
It's a 15 plus 15,
30.
which is 30.
Yeah, success. Able to do it. All right. Yeah, you're
I
able
like
to...
Pathfinder numbers. They're very
Right.
big.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice to see big numbers and
It
get
feels
big
epic,
rolls.
yeah.
But yeah, Cress, you're able to mark the top of this trail successfully.
And I think this trail marker looks a little bit different. I think in the past, it has just been sort of the image of Cuthbert in the foliage. And there are 2 more dragons beneath him, sort of nebulous.
Very nice.
Cool.
I think as you make it, before you walk, just as you're finished with the casting, Cuthbert just kind of leans, dips the head, and kind of like just presses into you. You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay.
Is Finn okay?
No. Do you remember when you attacked that other dragon?
There's kind of a guilty tail flick. Yes.
I'm not mad at you, sweetie. I think he felt like that. And I don't think he's used to feeling like that. A lot like you, you know.
I don't want him to be like me.
You're both good. What do you mean, Cuth?
I don't want him to be a dragon. It's a heavy burden to bear. His voice just momentarily deepens, and there is a moment where he kind of like picks the head up, and he just looks... You've seen him kind of like cock his head back and kind of look regal, but that was intentional. This was sort of like a very natural, like this looked like, just for a moment, a golden dragon like out of legend.
Cuthbert.
Hmm?
I would share that burden. He would give me some of the weight. I would with Finn too, but I know right now if I offered, he'd say no.
He wouldn't want that.
And you?
He kind of looks at you and he goes, Lukavir wouldn't want that.
And you?
I don't know what I want. I just want everything to be okay again.
Yeah, me too.
Seeing you laugh, he kind of nudges nudges into you a little bit.
One day, you'll think my shoulders are as strong as yours.
Cuthbert just... I think you're really strong already. I think you're probably stronger than you know.
Feeling like it is not true, but like they do want Cuthbert to believe that. They nod and don't know if they have the words to lie to him. And they'll continue on with him.
Okay. Our trackers, you guys successfully track Chimney. You guys follow the trail, and it's a tricky trail to follow. There are moments where you see obvious little claw marks in bark or, some moss or something. There's moments where you see little boot prints, and then they kind of disappear for a while. But you're able to pick it up again. Tulka, nose in the air, kind of slinking in and out of sight as he pads along, following the trail as well. And you guys find yourself... you guys continue to follow the trail down the hill until things start to kind of flatten out. And at this point, as things starting to flatten out, you notice that the soil becomes a little bit softer. As you are making your way further and further down, you find yourself now approaching... Things start to become a little bit more humid. The air becomes a little bit heavier. You look up ahead and you see a swamp. You see a swamp that is... the hard part here is that you don't see the other side of the swamp, because outside of the stench of decay, the buzzing of insects, and some kind of almost the sound of like a groan on the wind, you find yourself face to face with a wall of fog and mist. And the trail seems to continue into the mist.
I'm gonna put detect magic back up.
Okay.
I just want to see if this is illusory. So you detect illusion magic only if that magic's effect has a lower level than the level of your detect magic spell. But items that have an illusion aura are deceptive. So anyway, just detect magic.
Okay. What level spell is detect magic?
This is a cantrip, heightened to level 4.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know why I asked. I need you to roll me a d20, please, as you cast your spell.
Uh-oh. The 5.
Okay. I need you to roll me 2 more d20, please.
Oh my god, what's happening? That's a 9. And another 9.
2 9s?
9.
Okay. Well, I can't have 2 9s. Somebody else roll me another d20.
I'll do it.
I'm cut off.
18.
18? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Okay, so...
You made us do this. Why are you saying, oh no?
Okay, so...
The fuck is your problem?
What begins to happen is you... As you go to cast your spell, Farryn, give me the flavor of the casting of your spell.
She takes her, her ironwood walking stick, and there's a little charm on top that kind of rattles as she walks, unless she secures it when she needs to be stealthy. But she takes this bow staff, which is this beautiful, I've never described this, I don't think.
That's true.
This beautiful, like mixture of wooden materials and metallic materials, just woven throughout this about 4 foot staff, and it's smoothed and sanded and finished. It's been crafted, and she takes it and says a word in Elvish and presses it down into the soil beneath her, and a little kind of like rustles the fog a little bit as this emanation of 30 feet around me
Okay.
grows.
In that emanation, you get that... Right? And as it kind of echoes outwards, Farryn, you suddenly feel the magic kind of surge in your hand. The staff kind of pulls down to the ground, and what started out as like kind of that slow emanation becomes a swirling storm of magic as all around you, scrolls, books, plates, all manner of strange objects just begin to swirl and fall all around your entire party.
What?
And you start to hear the crashing of china. You start to hear the shredding of paper. All of you kind of immediately kind of start ducking just reflexively. Cuthbert kind of pulls the wings over everybody. But your detect magic is successful, so you do know that these are all illusionary objects that begin to fall around you, and that's going to continue for a while.
They're not dealing any damage.
They're not dealing any damage. It's just illusory shit.
I love the sword in the
just going all over you. All sorts of any object you can imagine just kind of suddenly appears and just like is just flying through the air.
Pigatus.
Yes.
Pigatus.
This is the trinket squall.
The trinket squall. Oh my
But
god.
I'm so enchanted.
Yeah, this is crazy.
But you rolled a second effect.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
No, I did.
You rolled a second effect, and amongst this trinket squall, under Cuthbert's wings, you all... Well, actually, Farryn, you're the only one. You're the one that casts the spell, so it only affects you. Farryn, emotions inside you begin to bubble and surge, conflicting emotions you find yourself happy at the spell. You find yourself pissed off at the spell. You find yourself pissed off at Cuthbert getting in your space. You find yourself loving that Cress is here with you. You find yourself just going through just this crazy wide range of emotions as Finn rolled for you emotional turmoil.
Immersion turmoil.
As the magic is surging around you, you need to attempt a DC 11 flat check at the start of each of your turns. On a success, you gain a +2 bonus to all your attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks. On a failure, you take a penalty to those same things.
Okay.
So +2 for a success on a flat 11, -2 on a failure. to abilities,
and this
saving
is
throws.
something to be done every round.
Every turn, but we're going to be kind of loosey-goosey with it. Basically, when you do something for the next amount of time, I will call for it as needed. But yeah, so
I would
Farryn...
like to publicly apologize.
I mean, I'm the one who cast the spell.
Farryn, as magic is swirling around you, as all of you witness this magic swirling around you, Farryn, you are undergoing an internal emotional turmoil. The scene is yours, my friends.
I think
What
for
does
a moment,
Farryn look like?
oh my god, Farryn is like grabbing her head and trying to figure out if she's feeling joy or despair or anger. And for a split second, she's like, oh my god, do I have a dragon in me too?
Yeah, I was about to say, Chris is
So
looking for a
confused.
horn to appear.
Yeah. Yeah. She looks around and she's like, something is wrong.
Yeah, you're
Oh, I got a
absolutely
nat
wrong.
20. So
Positive
I'm feeling
+2.
good right
Yeah,
now.
I'm feeling pretty good at the moment.
All right.
And this magical shit is just going around all of you guys at the moment too.
isn't it extraordinary?
Yeah,
I did that. But it's lovely.
Yes. Yeah, it is. You look, you said everything is wrong, and then you look real happy.
A moment ago
Farryn.
I wasn't feeling great, but I think I'm better now.
All right. Bryce is just like, no, that's not true, and I'm not gonna question it.
That's how. Yeah, this is just your, common bout of mania.
Yeah. Okay. It's not
Perhaps
useful
my
to tell
spell. Perhaps my spell triggered some sort of effect.
All right. Is anyone hurt? I don't feel hurt.
I feel great.
Plate goes through Finn's face. I'm fine.
All right then. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful. Let's go.
Farryn being bubbly is the thing that makes Finn the most uncomfortable today. She's never. Oh my god, let's go.
Let's go. It's great.
Oh yeah, we should continue.
So when we move, does the
I thought you were Farryn.
no?
Oh no!
No, it doesn't.
Oh no! Oh, you're good.
We're good.
Oh, he's back.
What the fuck was that? I don't know what happened, but I'm back. Sorry about that.
Does the swirl of stuff follow us?
Yeah, it follows you.
Okay.
So it seems to be an isolated magical effect, solely on Farryn.
Ooh, Cress has like shoot to the side of Finn, and like, despite the very disconcerting engagement they had at the beginning of the session, they fall back into this routine, this like this thing that they have become familiar with. Concerning.
It's really unsettling. She cast a spell,
Yeah.
and then
Now I'm afraid to.
it makes me really happy I'm not incredibly magically inclined.
My kingdom for a big brain and big arms. All right.
I'm right here.
This goes on, the spell effect goes on for just a little bit longer, and as you guys are going in, it begins to die down. Farryn, your emotions start to feel more yourself, and then the turmoil, I forgot what it is, the trinket squall. The trinket squall begins to kind of subside, still centering into you closer and closer and closer, until all of a sudden it's just like over you like a rain cloud of just trinkets, and then it's just gone.
Have I ever been just kind of above table? Has Farryn ever been in like one of those zones where magic triggers stuff?
Oh yeah, Farryn, you are from the Mystial Savannah. That is some of the most volatile magical area in the whole continent. So yeah, you're familiar with the Mystial surges and floods.
Okay. Well, that was fun. We should probably avoid casting spells. It seems we are in a... what are they called? Like a...
Misteel flood.
It seems we're in a Misteel flood where magic does not behave as it normally does.
You feeling all right?
Yes.
I have to add something here, guys. Because while this conversation is happening, as that trinket squall has subsided, the mist closes back in around all of you until you are talking to each other, but you can hardly see each other. It is milk out here. It is very difficult to Cress and Finn, you guys announced you were up close next to each other.
Yeah.
And Cuthbert is kind of easy to figure out. I mean, you just see the mist kind of roiling in giant shapes. But Farryn... Yeah, I am back here. Are you?
All right.
Are you okay?
All right. Yeah. Come here, Farryn.
Form a line.
Where are you? Yes?
Look,
Is that you?
big shapes. That's my tummy, yes. I will... a buddy system, I take it.
So we're...
So...
yes. We should probably stick together.
Hey,
all of us.
you lead. I'll follow. Cress behind me, with Cuthbert and Zin behind me.
Oh, great. We got a marching order. Give me that again.
Tolka's right by my side.
It is Farryn, Tolka, Finn, Cress, Cuth, Zin.
Cress will have
Farryn,
Zin's
Tolka.
hand, since they can't. Cuthbert is the easiest to see. They'll have Cuthbert walking essentially over them because he's so fucking big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the neck is just kind of above you. You can just kind of see it kind of swaying in the dark. It's already pretty. It's twilight in this area, right? So it's already pretty dark. But as you're walking through the mist, there's even just a little bit more shadow, and you can sense Cuthbert kind of over you, Cress. Okay. All right, guys. As you all head into the mist, following this trail of chimneys into a Misteel surge, this is where we're going to take our break tonight. All right. So everybody, we will be back in about 10 minutes here. Go get something to drink, walk around, let your dogs out, all that good stuff. All the stuff we're going to do. We'll see you in 10.
Yeah.
Who let their dogs out?
fireball.
Guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna jump back into our game. This is Heroes of Histaeria: Unearthed Inheritance. It's a Pathfinder 2nd edition game, and our party has been hot on the trail of a kobold named Chimney. They have followed Chimney now into this misty swamp. As you guys are walking, I mean, it is just swirling, roiling, thick white mists all around you. Your party is now lined up as you are navigating your way, trying to find Chimney, the kobold in the mists. So, Farryn, you are leading this, right? Before we do that, this mist is hazardous. So, what are your guys' ranks in perception for me?
Master.
Expert.
You two, I'll need rolls from.
Master.
You also get a roll.
Alright.
All three of you go ahead and roll a perception check.
Holy fuck.
29.
Ooh.
Success.
34.
34.
25.
25 is success as well. 34 is a critical success.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Guys,
Okay.
This is what I do.
This is what you do. So with that, Farryn, not only do you find that you are successful in navigating your party, I'm going to give you guys 2 successes in the skill challenge. You guys need 3 successes or 3 failures, whichever one comes first. That critical there, and everybody else succeeded, you guys get 2 successes. Okay, Farryn, you are able to successfully lead your party through the mist.
I actually think
On the
I would
trail.
like
Mhm.
I would like to flavor it as Tulka leading us because her nose is better than any of our eyes right now. So I'm just kind of grabbing the fur like on the scruff of her neck and letting her sniff our way through this.
Okay, that's awesome. Tulka's nose to the ground, sniffing. You've got the hand kind of lightly hanging onto the tail, and you feel as she kind of pulls you left, pulls you right. You guys stumble, you barely avoid stumbling as you're crossing over an overturned tree. As you find yourselves kind of sliding down slopes, there are moments where you find you're gonna go and you find ankle deep, calf deep in mud. And you're just kind of slushing through. But Tulka's true on the scent.
Good girl.
As you all are moving through the mist, you successfully lead your way through. But I also need wisdom saves. Or will saves, sorry.
Do you know?
I do now.
I know.
You said wisdom save?
Wisdom saves, yeah.
Will. 25.
William.
25 is a success.
28.
Yeah, I'm re-rolling that.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Fuck that.
Farryn?
28.
28 is a success.
13. 2 plus 11.
13 is a critical failure. Finn,
Yeah.
you are walking along with your party. And as you're moving through, trudging through, your mind starts to wander as you're watching Farron's ponytail just kind of appear for a second and drift back out, the mist kind of swirling around you. You're watching
Whip her hair back and forth.
whip her hair
Yeah.
back and forth. You know Cress is behind you, and then all of a sudden you're no longer in the mists. You're no longer outside of Dameril. Finn, you are a young boy.
Oh no. That's crazy, David.
You are a young Finn. Just a wee lad. And you are sitting at a campfire. You're sitting at a fire in a large yurt. You see there are animal hides lining the walls, lining the floors as rugs. Thick animal hides. The kind that you don't feel the floor through. And at the center of the yurt, there is a fire. Around it is a collection of stones. All different shapes, but all very smoothed, round river stones with various runes marking each one. Sitting next to them is your grandmother. She's arms exposed, beads kind of jangling on the wrists. She's got silver hair, deep wrinkled face, right? You have her eyes. Finn, get closer.
Are you cold, Granny?
Have you been studying your runes, boy?
Yes. It's much more fun than going sailing with Father. But don't tell him I said that.
I don't need to tell him, Finn. He can see it on your face. Was it one of the other boys who gave you that black eye?
Yes.
Because you rather practice your runes with your grandmother than go sailing.
Father thinks there's only one way to be strong. And there isn't. It's short-sighted. I know lots of strong people who know things. Look at you. You're stronger than Father. You make him buckle. And all you have to do is say a word. His name. I don't want to be strong like that. It scares me.
She holds your hand tightly. She squeezes it, pulls you in, and kisses you on the forehead. You make our ancestors proud, you know. You are wise beyond your years, my boy.
Thank you.
Where did you learn to get so wise? Certainly not from Filgard.
I don't know who my mother is, but I know you're the closest thing I have to one, and I'm wise because of you. I want to be strong like you're strong. Not studying. Yes, I'm studying.
She squeezes your hand again and looks you in the eye and pulls you away from the stone that you're about to go carve and just kind of delicately, kind of just gently guides your chin so you're locking eyes with her. These eyes that have seen your people through many tough winters. These eyes that have raised a chief. And she looks at you and she tells you, one day, you will be strong like you are strong. Not like me or your father. And Finn, you feel the heat of the fire on your face. You feel her holding your hand and just pulling you forward and just gently guiding you forward and guiding you away from your friends as you are all traversing the mist.
Now, we're linked, like hand in hand.
You're linked hand in hand. So you'll feel. I'll say you can before Finn. You're not pulled away, but you guys will feel Finn being tugged away. I think Cress is who Finn is attached to.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I've got Finn and Zin.
Finn. Well, Finn is between Farryn and Cress, so both of you feel as Finn is.
Of them would,
You both feel as Finn is trying to wander off somewhere.
And can I even see Farryn?
Hardly. I mean, you're aware of where. I mean, your perception is great, right? At expert rank, like you're aware of where she is, but it's. I mean, she comes in and out of like as the mist kind of roils.
So I can tell though that he's straying.
Yeah. He kind of pulls you both together as he kind of moves. You know, he's a strong guy, and as he kind of starts to walk, the two of you just kind of go close, right up next to each other.
Finn, hey. Finn Reese. Finn.
This way, Finn.
I don't know though. Can you be strong and gentle?
Or she can. Finn.
Do I hear them?
Yeah. They start to kind of come in, and as the room, the yurt kind of fills with smoke, he starts to kind of dissipate and change to the swamp.
Can, because you are.
What?
Strong and gentle.
He does smile and squeeze Cress's hand. This fog is, it's also a mirage. I saw a vision of myself as a boy with my grandmother. Place I'd been 100 times before I left home. So keep your wits about you and keep tight to the people around you. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull us off course.
That's all right. We'll move forward. Everyone okay?
I didn't roll for Zin.
I was about to say, Zin, how are you doing?
Zin also fails, but you are able to pull Zin back. Zin and Cress, as Finn was kind of pulling you one way, Zin starts to pull the other way, and then Cuthbert kind of helps out and pushes Zin back online.
Gentlemen, this is going to be bad for me.
Can we tell, like, is this part of the Mystial, like, surge area, or is this potentially, like, another being kind of cursing the area or something like that?
Go ahead and roll well, hang on. What are your guys' ranks in I gotta just pull up the thingamabobber.
Thingamabobber, SpongeBob!
SpongeBob, grab the thingam. Who am I?
You're kind of doing like an in-between of
Squidward and... What the hell is this thing
Plankton.
called? There it is.
Yeah, Plankton.
What are your guys' ranks in Arcana?
Non-existent.
Expert.
Oh.
Finn.
Yeah?
You are the only one that would be eligible to make the check.
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay.
But I will say, to kind of lead you into this, Farryn, you posed the question, right? You are experienced with the Mystial Surges. You know that yes, while they are volatile magic surges, and sure, strange effects can happen and do happen, this doesn't quite... This you haven't heard of this one, right? And I mean, I'm not saying that everyone has heard of every effect kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the savannah that you know, is your home, that is the Misteel Savannah for a reason. This is a place that had magical surges before the world was fucked up. Okay? Your experience with these, and it does feel odd.
Okay. Well, I'll relay that, and I'll just say something like... Normally, Misteel Surge effects are caused by casting spells. But none of us cast any magic. This is something different. Let's keep our wits about us.
Finn,
Understood.
if you want to make your Arcana check, feel free.
I did 30.
30 is a great fucking roll.
We're all fire tonight.
Yeah, y'all ain't playing. Well, you are.
The theory was true. The tired we are, or the more tired we are,
Yeah.
The more
the higher
tired we
we'll roll.
are, the better our dice.
We're doing it.
30
Inverse
is
prophecy.
30 is a regular success. Finn. With a 30, you can tell that this effect was pulling you somewhere. And you look over and you can see Zin seemed to be kind of pulled as well. And the two of you seem to be maybe pulled in the same direction. That something is calling you somewhere specific, maybe.
This is a lure. I think, yeah, Finn, kind of holding on to a strap on Farron's armor and squeezing Cress's hand. I think it's some sort of lure. I think we need to be careful, maybe. Something
What way?
here nudges toward the direction that he was going. Can he recall the way he was being pulled?
Yeah, I would say it's like
And we remember
reverse,
feeling
yeah.
you pull us.
Yeah, I think
And you all have great sense of direction and stuff, yeah.
that way.
David,
Ew.
is that the same direction that the well-trodden path of the marsh giant headed in?
That's a great question. I will say, just to avoid confusion, it is not.
Okay.
The geography is such that it would end up kind of roughly being the same way, but this is a little bit like more off at like an off angle. I mean, you don't know how the pathway have filled out, so I'm just gonna say no. Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever lured you may have lured Chimney as well.
That's what I'm thinking. We should keep headed in the direction we're going.
Yes.
Thanks for pulling me back.
Was it nice?
I haven't seen her in so long. It was wonderful. I was such a petulant little boy.
It's not that hard to believe.
I wanted to read. I didn't want to throw punches or swing axes.
Oh, how petulant a non-violent child.
Where I'm from, that's quite petulant. You said the exact same thing she did. You can be strong and gentle.
I know it 'cause you are.
I believe
Good. They clasp arms, look up to Farryn. I'm so glad you're here. As they look around at this fog that we would be lost in otherwise.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
You guys need one more success. Or 3 more failures.
No!
That's just the tracking. The missed failures are separate.
Okay, we're doing the tracking stuff now, correct?
Yeah, this is the tracking roll.
So this is survival.
Follow the leader, and then Button, you're doing the perception one.
Search.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
I am too.
I rolled good. Because I'm so tired.
That's cocked.
19 plus 15.
Oh,
okay.
Damn, that's good.
34?
Yeah.
Yes.
28.
So, hold on. Math is really difficult. Wait, okay. So that's the roll plus perception plus my level plus 3. Jesus Christ. 1 second. I need a calculator.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder 2E.
41.
Oh!
Holy. That's great because
I've taught you all I know, Finn.
It's the additives from you that get it that high.
Yeah, it's insane.
That is a fucking busted ass ability. Anyway.
The most underrated.
that's
Holy
that's
Are you doing
nuts.
this right?
Because
Because it says add my level and a proficiency bonus equal to your mastery.
Yeah.
That's fucking
wow.
insane.
So it's basically assume you have the skill.
Yeah.
Right? Because that'd be roughly the same modifiers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's essentially like you're gifting someone your ability.
That's
amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's essentially rolling at advantage.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. That's great because I'll let you guys just know the DC to track chimney right now is 30.
No.
Critical!
So Farryn would have failed, but Finn got you the critical success.
Finn, you're natural, my new friend.
Well, it's the two of you up front there kind of guiding the party here. So paint us a picture of how you guys find this trail.
I think Finn is maybe hearing this really tender conversation between the two of you behind her, and it's a little bit muffled with the thickness of the fog, but I think Farryn as just a hyper practical, forward moving survivor is just kind of Finn, keep your wits about you. What do you see?
Like a dog who's just
kind of kind of interrupting the sweet conversation in the interest of staying focused on the task at hand.
In that, I think as soon as he kind of stands up, back goes completely straight, there's a piece of the dragon, one that he has overlooked, that is not something that he has thought about, and that is the heightened senses. And he hears footfalls and breathing off in the distance, and I think he just goes that way.
I'm gonna send Tulka ahead. In the direction that he points.
Okay. Tulka flits, kind of does the dog point thing, and then takes off into the mist. There's just leaving swirls behind as she runs forward. You hear the heavy panting.
We're following.
And she's moving a bit faster than you guys, right? Mm-hmm. And suddenly, you start to hear. What the hell's going on? Get off me! Okay, please. God, you're so slobbery.
Tulka, come.
Hello? Is someone there?
Jimmy.
Hi.
How do you know?
Hey.
In the middle of this misty woods.
He's a fucking mood.
Zin.
Hi.
Zin calls out, "Hey, Chimney, is you? Oh, Zin, yeah, over here." Calls out. You guys start making your way there. I think just for, do you guys want to do one more check against the mist?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just to see whose pass we
like,
can.
no.
Whose pass we want to.
I'm into.
Yeah.
That was a will, correct?
Finn, Finn, you were actually immune for 24
Oh,
hours.
hell yeah, brother.
You're good.
20.
Ooh. Oh,
20?
I'm good. 31.
31, you're fine. 20 is a failure.
I rolled a 5, but I have a plus 15.
Damn.
Damn. That's great for will save. Okay. 20 is a failure. So you do get a memory. The memory you get as you are being, I think Farryn and Finn, you all start to hear Chimney up ahead, right? And there's an excitement, there's an urging as everybody kind of surges forward, right? Finn kind of pulls you forward, Cress, and as you are being pulled forward, you immediately just shift. And you are transported. You're being pulled down a harbor. There are carts rolling past you. There are people kind of standing, pointing outside shops, laughing, people going about their day. It's a very busy little port, and pulling you along is Lukavir. As the two of you are being pulled down this street side. And as you are moving along, he turns to you. It almost looks like maybe this might have even been Damrel back in the day. You know, it's a port side town. It's difficult to tell which town. You guys stopped at a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he turns to you as you guys are just kind of rounding the corner. Look, I just think you're really going to like them. The husband's, well, okay, he's a little bit of a shit, but you like little bits of a shit.
Oh, I love a shithead. I fell in love with you, didn't I?
I'm not sure if I should take offense at this.
They kiss him.
I will say, though, I know we haven't traveled with a family before, so it might feel a little odd, but...
Lukavir, I've always wanted a family. Even if they're not mine, this sounds wonderful. You don't have to sell it to me.
He turns and he goes, hang on a second. I thought we are a family.
I'm just so new at it, I think I don't know if I'm doing it right. I wouldn't mind seeing how it's supposed to be. They flush Tio in the cheeks. I'm not saying you're not my family. I didn't mean that.
He just comes in and kisses you on the head. We are family. I know it hasn't been long, and he kind of holds your hand up, and there's a wedding band. It hasn't been long since you guys were married. I know Cuthbert's not here, but because, well, you know. But believe me, we're a family. And between you and me, I am the luckiest man in the world. Especially when you meet the wife. You'll understand.
I'm struggling to understand. Lukavir. I know I tease. I know I'm a shithead. I'm excited and a little scared.
Me too.
All right, your people. Let's meet them. Let's do it.
All right. And pulls you towards a tavern. You guys, he opens the door. You guys go up a flight of stairs into the tap room. You get up here, and the tavern's kind of like on the second floor-ish. And as you step in, he looks around. There, right by the front of the stage. Pulls you over, and you see a pair of gnomes. You see a gnomish gentleman, kind of a boyish charm about him, dressed in the robes of someone who's looking for attention. He's peacocking a little bit, right? He's got kind of a longer coat, lots of different colors, but the clothes underneath are quite loose-fitting, very comfortable, as though he'd be able to kind of move around quite well. And as you are all approaching, he kind of gracefully descends off of the bar stool and waves you over. And sitting at the table is Hannah, can you describe a young Pim for us, please?
Oh my gosh. How young?
Oh, I don't know. How old were you when you first met Cress?
I would have been like a tween, kind of 12, 13 probably. Okay, so you see a tiny little gnome with fair skin and bright white hair that's just all disheveled. She's got 2 little pigtails up here, and the rest of her hair is just kind of like hanging out and like flopping all over, and it's kind of frizzy and wild. And she is wearing a smaller version of her green onesie.
Yes.
And she, I think she's slyly trying to steal her dad's flute from his robe pocket while he's distracted doing something else.
Does Cress see that?
Your perception's great, I imagine so. And she's just the child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a child. Maybe a little bit older, because I think...
15.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
15, 16.
Yeah.
Cress sees that, and the edge of their lip just barely quirks as they go to Brock, and they say, "You must be the husband I've heard so much about," and they distract him.
He says, "Well, I've been introduced as a lot of different things over my travels, but the husband is... Well, I guess my reputation precedes me. Hey, Pip, hey, get out of there."
She giggles and like scurries off with the flute.
Brock Knackle, at your service.
Brock, it's a pleasure. I'm Cress.
Cress, the pleasure's all mine. Kisses the back of your hand.
Wow. Beer wasn't kidding.
Well, what can I say? I have a way with people. I love people. And you look like my kind of people.
There's this sudden shyness. Like, not that they retreat, but Cress is so accustomed either to being part of a scenery when they go on treks as a seeker for the royal bestiary, just sort of being able to observe the world, or being treated with varying degrees of hostility in their own home, and being told that they're someone's kind of people is so disarming. They get a little shy. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Oh, your kid's a cutie.
Between you and me, she's a demon, but she's cute, I guess. Takes after her mother, who's somewhere around here. Pim, come introduce yourself, please.
You should hold on to this, Dad. And she hands you back your flute.
I was. Thank you.
Who are the new friends?
Hi. I'm Cress. They'll extend their hand to this little gnome.
Hello, Cress. I'm Pamini Ackle, but my friends call me Pim. So, you can call me Pim.
Hi, Pim.
Do you like music?
I love music, I think.
Great. She grabs the flute back from her dad and starts playing a little jig. And it's not quite the virtuosic Pim that you know in present day, but it's pretty darn good for a teenager.
Yeah,
And
even
she's
still.
kind of dancing while she plays.
She may not be a virtuoso yet, but this 15-year-old is... I think Cress is just so blown away by the warmth. And they look to Lukavir. Look, you were red.
They're kind of cool, aren't they?
They got a magic to them.
He kind of pulls you in close as the two of you watch Pim playing the flute and dancing a jig on stage. Not on stage, on the table. There were actual performers on stage who were kind of now like, what the fuck? And as Lukavir kind of pulls you in and kisses your forehead, a crowd is kind of coming in, and somebody kind of just kind of nudges the two of you in the back. You kind of lurch forward, and boom, you are now back, being pulled along by Finn towards the voice of a kobold being assaulted by a wolf. Actually, no, you were called off.
You okay? What'd you see?
Better times.
They want to talk about it. I'd love to hear about it.
Alec, can you just pull your mic up a little bit more for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll tell you later. I just felt we've done what we need to, and we need to be in this moment.
At your pace. Just know I'm here. Whenever.
There's a magic to you, Fenris.
As there is to you. And I got big shoulders.
They go silent.
Just flax with them.
You were all pulled forward by Farryn, nonetheless, I believe, until you find yourselves emerging from the mists. You see there is a slope that kind of gradually makes its way up the other side of the hill, the other side of the this little ravine, and laying back on the slope, with kind of propped on the elbows, you see a little red kobold in sort of a little bomber's jacket, kind of a leather strapped overalls, glasses kind of hooked up on top of the horns, and the horns kind of flare upwards, and then it looks like they are kind of painted bright yellow at the top, kind of giving him a little bit of like a blonde kind of swoosh. And he goes, "Hey guys, what brings you all the way out here?" Zin!
That's exactly what brings us all the way out here.
The Chimney runs across the field. Zin kind of meets them halfway, and Chimney jumps up. As he does so, you can see little winglets emerge from the back, kind of flutter and carry him over to kind of land on Zin's, kind of holding onto the back of the neck and kind of standing on the hip. Right? Pats him on the chest and goes, "I thought you were captured." I was captured for a little bit, but Cress Estuary saved me. And points over towards you and goes, "Oh, Cress Estuary, nice to meet." Cress Estuary? Like Cress?
The Cress Estuary?
Hops down and offers a hand. "Nice to meet you. Chimney."
Nice to meet you, Chimney.
Ignatius, but everybody calls me Chimney.
That's cute.
If you like to be called Chimney, hello, Chimney.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm alright. No. How are you guys doing? Last I saw, there was a ship and more of those arbiters flying around, and you were captured by fish people?
We sorted that out, and we took care of the arbiters, and we took care of the all of those hazards. Except we didn't. Fuck.
We didn't fuck. We forgot to fuck.
Yeah, we forgot to fuck. No, we forgot. Weren't there some Brahm?
There were some Brahm, but don't worry. They all left the big spiky crystal thing, and a few of the other Brahm. They went all back towards the temple. I was following them there, thinking I'd have to rescue your ass. Well, they beat you to it. Yeah, thanks for saving me the trouble, guys. Really appreciate it. Zin, we're late. We are late.
Real fast, just Chimney. This is Finn. This is Farryn.
Oh, hey.
This is Tonka. I hope she didn't scare you too much.
No, I like dogs. Wolves. Wolves? Wolf?
You say dogs and she goes, and you say wolves and she goes,
Wolf.
So where do we need to get you?
Well, Pull reaches around and pulls over a leather pouch and kind of pulls it apart and reaches inside much further than the pouch should go. As you all can kind of realize, it's probably a bag of holding. Kind of roots around inside, pulls out a little notebook. He flips through. I think there's supposed to be a meeting point around here somewhere, but actually, I don't know where we are. So, where's the temple? There's a temple on the map.
Is the meeting point the temple?
No.
Okay.
Meeting point is west of the temple.
Okay. Everybody unpucker. I think we're fine.
never meet at a temple.
Not that temple.
Okay, so
Any.
we're headed to. We need to get out of this mist, I think.
Actually, on the subject of the mist, it seems to be dissipating somewhat. It seems to be fading.
Is it
Now
fading or moving?
Kind of fading. Like it's growing lighter and lighter and lighter.
Like an effect that is.
Yeah, and actually emerging from the mist, Farryn, as you are looking out towards it, and the mist begins to fade, you stare out, and maybe it's a trick of the mist, but suddenly you see a little fox coming out of the mist, walking towards you. And as the fox approaches, there's something in its mouth. Then it briefly disappears again. And then reappears closer to you now. And as you look down, you see in its mouth it has a little, what seems to be a little leather pouch of its own. Not totally dissimilar to Chimney's, right? And emerging, spilling out of that pouch is smoke and clouds and mists.
Oh. I hold my hand out.
The fox drops the pouch in your hand.
I'm gonna throw it I'm gonna take it and slice a little piece of the horse meat off and throw it to him.
Okay. You take the pouch and as you close it up, the mist just stops. You swap it out for a piece of jerky and throw it to the fox. The fox sniffs it, picks it up, turns around, and as it is turning away from you, it just fades away.
I say right in Elvish right before it fades away, wait. But then it's gone. Alright. I take a couple steps back to my crew and I hold up the pouch and say this may have been the source of this hazard. She opens it slightly, a little smoke comes out, closes it up again.
I'm very curious as to where that came from.
Oh, speaking of strange items, I found this dagger in the marsh giant's little hovel. It's magical in some way, but I'm unable to determine exactly how. Can you help?
Maybe I can sit with it once we're done for the day and take a look at it, but nothing I can do immediately.
Understood. Well then, are we off to your meeting point? Is that the next stop?
I don't know. What were you guys up to? We were going to the meeting point. Are you guys coming with us to the meeting point?
Well, I mean, looking at Cress.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, first we gotta figure out where we are. Let's.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'd get out of this ravine and then try to find where that temple is. It shouldn't be too far from here. I mean,
We should be able to backtrack the way we came in.
And it's west of the temple. Are we currently east of the temple?
you guys, yeah, Dameril was east of the temple, so you were approaching the temple from the east, right? And then you kind of took a hard left, and then because there was that big ravine with the broken bridge, you went down the hill and you crossed over the swampy area. I think Cress and Farryn, you both have been navigating through the wilds for a bit, right? You can probably orient yourself enough that you know you probably are now on the other side of of that gap, like just further down.
Okay. Any distinguishing marker we're looking for, Chimney?
Yes, Pascal just marked this point over here and kind of holds up the notebook to show you. You see just kind of this like little, looks like there's maybe like a little rock formation right here. Don't worry, once we get close to that, honestly, they're hard to miss.
Yeah, Zin, you said something about your ship being bigger than the fractal?
You called it a ship, you idiot? It's a fortress.
And
Fortress.
it moves?
It's a cloud giant fortress.
Oh.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
it's pretty cool.
It's exciting.
That's incredible.
It wasn't easy to get.
Where'd you get it?
Honestly, it's a really cool story. We don't really have time to get into it now. Why don't we get out of this swamp? And it's getting actually Cress at this point too. Well, all of you kind of have an idea. It is getting pretty late in the day. It would be approaching like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
All right, we move as we're able. I mean, we're in perpetual fucking twilight. We've got another maybe 5 hours to travel in us.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Let's go.
All right.
let's go see your friend.
I can't wait for you to meet him. I think you two are gonna really like each other.
We seem to have a bit in common.
Yeah, you do. That is... God. Maybe in figuring out how we can help you, we can help him, and vice versa. Share notes. I can't believe. Cress is emotional, especially having just seen a vision of family. They have complicated feelings about the people of Zele Deal, but their feelings about Anatole are uncomplicated.
Oh, what are you doing? Stop that music.
Getting spooky.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, sorry.
What a fucking mood.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of like climbing out of the swamp now, right? You kind of like make your way out, but yeah, you guys are talking as you go.
Yeah, I think Cress just starts telling the story to everyone of how they met Anatole. He saved my ass, and when I say saved it, I mean that I would have been dead. I got accidentally, it wasn't a fucking accident, fucking Cleantha pushed me into a current, and Anatole, that fucking bitch.
That fucking bitch.
Half-sister.
Half-sister.
She pushed me into a pretty dangerous current, and Anatole jumped in after me.
That fucking bitch.
Was that Chimney?
Yeah.
What a bitch!
I'm so I can't believe what she did, y'all. I think they just start telling stories of like shenaniganry. Like I think it's pretty light, but like the playful side of them that has been buried since the first wave emerges, and they make it clear that like before the world ended and this sense of responsibility loomed large, they were a little trickster, a little shithead.
I love that.
And then he found all of his underwear in the crevices 2 weeks later.
Oh, it's a rude thing to do to a man's underwear.
He started it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think as Cress is telling these stories and like feeling this joy, I imagine like Zin and Chimney are the ones that are kind of like orbiting this. Like they know Anatole too. Like Finn is kind of genuinely happy and like nodding along and just kind of like offering, verbal comment to the stories. But as they keep walking, he trails back to Farryn. And he doesn't meet her eye. I saw how ready you were earlier. If it doesn't look like I'm going to stop, take your shot. Because I am no longer me. And I will not be the vessel of more suffering.
I will do what needs to be done to protect my new friends. But for the record, you are yourself still. You might have things pulling you in different directions, but these are all parts of yourself. They are not separate entities. They are you. And the quicker you can learn to balance and harness those energies, the better off you'll be, and the better off Cress and Cuthbert will be.
You both are far wiser than I am. I'll heed your advice. And I know you'll do whatever you can to protect this group. And the people closest to you. I know it.
I greatly appreciate your help in my mission that I've brought to your laps. But I'm not going to be around forever. I intend to leave and go back to the savannah once I've obtained the Everseed. And you're going to have to remember who you are. And don't give in to fear. You are strong and gentle, Fenris. You're capable of great, great things.
As I said, wiser than me.
Well, that's what happens when you're 115 years old.
Thank you, Farryn.
Always.
And Finn trails to the back of the group, still covered in dried blood. Zephrine didn't almost kill Cress today. Finn did. And he just has to learn how to control this new part of himself.
You're walking back behind the group. Everybody's kind of ahead. You can see Cress and Chimney and are laughing about stuff, and you hear exchanges of, God, Cleantha's a bitch. And Zin is just kind of stoically nodding on the side. Farryn's, looking ahead, exploring with her eyes, the landscape. Tulka padding along, kind of pacing back and forth between the group and ahead. And similar to when you were all in the swamp, a shadow just kind of like looms over you, Finn, and Cuthbert is just walking alongside you. And doesn't say anything, but just kind of, you see one big emerald eye just kind of look over at you and hold yours, and I think you feel just, it's the sense of when someone looks at you with like, yeah, I get it.
Cuthbert.
Yeah.
You're a good friend.
You're a good friend.
I'm going to control it. Harness it. I'm not going to hurt the people I love anymore.
Cuthbert kind of leans into you and kind of, you guys are walking, right? But there's a little bit of like, kind of like a friendly nudge almost. I know. I trust you, Finn.
I trust you.
And as the party walks along this trail towards things unknown, or rather towards a meeting point with something known. Guys, we're going to call our session here for tonight. This has been our session of Unearthed Inheritance, session 19. Guys, I'm excited to say that when we come back, +1.
Do we get to see who it is? Or is it a secret?
It's a secret. We'll do a surprise. We'll do a surprise announcement, or surprise. You'll see who it is. In session 20, we have our first guest. Not only our first guest in any of these campaigns, our first guest on the channel. So,
How exciting.
yeah, guys, definitely don't want to miss that. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything. Before we head out, we will say goodbye to everybody. Starting with Button.
Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Blue Button on social media, and when I'm not here playing Cress, you can find me over on Tales Archived in the Known Realms Telesh campaign, playing Echinacea Bellrose.
All right, thank you, Button. Alec.
Hi everybody, my name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I've played Finn Reese for you this evening, and when I'm not here, you can find me as the Archivist for Known Realms Telesh on Tales Archived.
Thank you. I'm not gonna fuck this up this time. Anna.
Hey, it's me, Hannah. I've been playing Farryn Balmiar, and you also got a little taste of my other character in this world, Paminia Knackle. Paminia! That was a really fun scene. Thanks for that, David. Yeah, tune in for more Heroes of Histaeria content. Also our spin-off show, On the Fly. And like, subscribe, follow.
All those things. Guys, I've been your GM today. My name is David. My pronouns are he, him. You can catch me here as the Game Master of both the Unearthed Inheritance campaign and Sansi Saga, all part of our Heroes of Histaeria series, our post-apocalyptic fantasy adventure. You can also catch me over at Tales Archived, where I play Whistle, the Hobgoblin Fighter, in the Known Realms Telesh campaign every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will see you around. Bye-bye!
Bye!